Hey guys, we are back with the expansion Nashville Blues. It's been a while. I have been busy, 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 and it is time for us to get going. We're 43 and 48, if I remember correctly. It's been a bad start to the month of June or July, rather. Yeah, 1-9. So we are at the draft, and we're gonna do some drafting, and we're gonna do some trading. I think in this episode. So we're at the draft. It's our pick, and I was high on Mike Campignone or Campignon. I don't know how you pronounce it. Campignone, probably. 21-year-old out of Taunton, Massachusetts. Um, it was brought up that his changeup and his control are pretty underdeveloped for a 21-year-old, which I agree. But he has 3+ pitches with a changeup that likely never develops. But if his control, develops, 60, 70, 60 extreme ground ball pitcher over the top is a pretty damn good option. I was also Somebody brought up the fact that Blankenship can play second base passably. He can with the 55 range, 55 turn DP. The error's not great, the arm's not great, but at second base, it's not a huge issue. So he would be a high average guy that's driven by, or a high kind of a high, maybe a high OPS guy that's driven by batting average and some extra base hits. Never gonna walk a lot. May hit some home runs if the power develops. He's somebody else I was told to look at, as well as there was another second baseman, and I can't remember who it was now. I can't remember who it was. I'm going to take a look, actually, really quickly, because that's what I do. There was another young... I know there was a young pitcher, and there were a couple of names. So, I'm going through my comments here. Steve Hoffield, that's who it was. Swampert and Agron told me to look at Steve Hoffield, who I like. 18-year-old. Those are really good offensive ratings. He's a really bad second baseman, though. He's not somebody I would want to take in the first round because of that defense. So, and then I think there was one other pitcher. Art Boyd. Let's take a look at Art Boyd. 19-year-old. Yeah, I mean, fastball, forkball, changeup. He looks really good. OSA likes him even more. He's 6'5", 195 pounds. Top of the rotation. His ratings have just recently... Well, it looks like his potential dropped to a 55 and then came back up to a 60, which I'm not... Or that's his stuff. Yeah, stuff was a 70 a couple of years ago. I think for me it comes down to Boyd or Campignon. His potential leveled off at a 70. They're both lefties. They both throw hard. His competition level was low. He wants $12 million, though. I think we go with Campignon just because the... He's got an 80 hold. He's got an 80 hold, 55 stamina. 60, 65, 70. So Boyd has the potential to be the better pitcher. I mean, that's, I think, what we're talking about here. He's 6'5", 195 pounds. He has the potential to be better. He's almost, he's not as developed as Campignon, who already has the 50 movement. He's got 25 control. He's got 30 control. 6'1", 185 pounds. 6'5", 195. Huh. Okay, so that doesn't help. Let's see. And it's a tough decision to make. Boyd has the potential to be better. OSA likes him even more. 70, 55, 75. Whereas OSA doesn't like camping. What is my budget? I got plenty of money. I'm not going to worry about that. I do. Campignon's an extreme ground ball guy. I'm just afraid we draft him and that control drops to a 40. All right, let's take a chance on the kid. Let's take a chance on our Boyd. Let's take a chance on our Boyd. Let's see how it goes with the 19-year-old 6'5", 195-pound left-hander out of Erie, Pennsylvania. All right, next pick. Chris Cunningham. Mike McCray. High work ethic, good defensive shortstop. I mean, I'd be okay with Mike McCray. We'll pop him in there and we'll just take a look and see if there's somebody else who's maybe better. Patton's not bad. Shamar Pepe. That's a great name. Shamar Pepe. Mike Tilton. Not really a shortstop, but a middle infielder with some pop. I think I'm going to go McCray. Just make sure there are no pitchers here that... Oh, my stomach is growling. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I haven't eaten today. This is the dedication I have for you all, that I am recording before I even eat. Ernie Williams looks like a really good 17. He's really well developed for a 17-year-old. Wow. High work ethic. I think we take McCray and hope that Williams is there with our next pick. I can't imagine he will be. Who's our scout think we should take? They think we should take Kreitz, which I'm not going to do. I like the idea of picking up a shortstop with high work ethic and a pretty good bat. So we're going to take Mike McCray with our second pick. Yeah, he's not there anymore. Not a surprise. Not a surprise. Dave Salgado. Yeah. Another 18-year-old, 5'11", 165, but 3+ pitches. With a changeup that likely does develop because it's a 30. Good stuff, good control. Callahan's not bad. Underdeveloped for a... Well, not Rim, he's 18, so I guess he's not really underdeveloped, but... Mamelo, Dave Mamelo Salgado. Let's go back to batters. Wow. Imagine a second baseman with 80 home run power. I mean, that's kind of the way I'm leaning. Kennedy is one of those high average, no real position guys. If he could play second base, I would take him pretty quickly, actually. Chris Conifal. We need catchers in our system, right? Let's take the 18-year-old with the 65 defensive ratings. Tilton is still there. I think we take Tilton. Yeah, we'll take Tilton here. Hopefully that home run power develops. Let's go back to pitchers. He's not really a starter. I mean, the changeup doesn't develop, so he's probably not a starter. But Nehemiah Squalls, he looks like he could be okay. We can take Squalls. What do they think we should? Dan Ledbetter. No, thank you. Let's look at fielding ratings. Ooh, we got an 80. Low work ethic, terrible arm. Juan Lira, high work ethic. I can't pass that up. I know it's probably way too early for a player like that, but I can't pass that up. High work ethic, but he's bad. High work ethic, but he's bad. Nate Men looks okay. 17-year-old, great speed, good defense. Sure. Dusty Cannon. It's a great name. Sincere Bass, high work ethic. Bowles looks okay. Peyton D.K. Dillenbeck. I don't understand this game. I don't understand this game sometimes. Excuse me. Chris Dillon looks all right. He's an 18-year-old. Sure. Let's take a look at some individual pitch potential. Got any knuckleballers? We do not. Circle change. Oh, I'm not looking at pitchers. We don't have any knuckleballers. We got a certain guy with a circle change and a cutter. And that's it. It's interesting. Cochise Brackle. He's an impossible sign. Let's take a shot at him. Fastball, slider, sinker, high work. Oh, I don't know. It feels like a waste. Feels like a waste, but he has the high work ethic, which I like. Flare away. Movement's terrible. Barker, I mean, I could probably get him later. I'm going to take him. Cochise Brackle. And we'll see what sort of demand he's looking for. Nope. Yeah, we'll take Barker now. It's probably way too early. But, well, I guess what's way too... I mean, we're already drafting players who have, like, one discernible skill and calling it a day. Drake Chafe? Sure. High work ethic, Nelson Campos. Let's go back to batting potential. We got any pitchers in here who can do anything? Doesn't appear to. So Devin Zaleski has some power, some eye, has some power and a decent eye. Sure. Hippolyte Lalande. That is a name. Hippolyte Lalande. We're going to take him because that's a great name. Colas, no. High work ethic guys. Any high work ethic guys left that have any ability whatsoever? Jim Mitchell, 22. He's already 22. He probably never develops, but... Go back to fielding. So the 80 guy is gone. Not a surprise. Look at all these low work ethic catchers. That's nuts. Take Mike Rouse because he can play all over the diamond, it appears. Take Rosenthal. I'll take Bethea. Or Bethea. He's a little bit more developed. I'll take Yaquan Okoro. Plymouth State, which I think is in New Hampshire. And then Simonson. Or Rosenthal. No, Simonson, because he's just a better baseball player. All right, there is the draft. We have concluded said draft. Let's go in and let's negotiate. Offer $12 million to Art Boyd. Man, I hope that was worth it. Let me know what you think I should have done. I went with Boyd. I went with the comment comment suggestion, and we'll keep an eye on Campignon and see how he does. Let's see what Mr. Brackle wants. I'm not giving $10.5 million to a reliever. Sorry. Nope. Not doing it, even with the money that we have. All right, so draft is done. And we had talked about trades. Mike Barber is somebody we were talking about trading. I think I was talking about trading Christian Little, but I know it was Barber. Serna, if I can get anything for Serna, I'll do it. Probably Jason Dominguez, too. Does anybody want, even if... Oh, I have to skip ahead a day. Anybody want Dominguez if we retain? Because he misses the rest of this season, but he'll be back next year. Wow. If I retain it all, I can get a return. Old friend Carter Smith. I mean, I can probably... Yeah, even that. I mean, it's fine. I mean, if Dominguez is my fourth outfielder next year, I don't have any problems with... Oh, I only had set on infielders. Why did I have it set like that? So if I retain 100%, and I go prospects. I don't really need it. I mean, he looks good, but I don't really need an outfield prospect. Yeah, it's all garbage. What about regulars? Sven Eric Grant. Not a surprise he didn't develop. Rafael Ramirez, $27 million. I'm good. Dave Voigt. No. Yeah, it's a lot of nothing. All right. So we got Dominguez, Serna, Barber. I don't want to trade Christian Little because he's just, I mean, this has obviously been a terrible season for him, but he was really good for us for a year and a half, and he signed to a reasonable contract. So I'd rather not trade Little because we don't have a ton of pitching. So let's start with Barber. I guess I got to sim ahead another day. Hey, we won. Blinman a couple of hits, 2 RBIs for Garcia, Barber, Schmidt, and Santoyo. Look at the year Casey Schmidt's having, guys. Just typical Casey Schmidt stuff. On pace for 6 WAR. And if we want to keep him, we will have him for $12 million next season. All right, let's try this again. Shot player around. What if we retain most of his contract? That's not what I wanted to do. I want to do this, and I want to do this. Steve Riley, power hitting second baseman, the number 75 prospect in the game. Has really struggled so far this year. It's not a bad option. Heinrich, we've looked at a couple of times. Yeah, he looks okay. And we're definitely trading down. Dan Simpkins. Decent bat. I can't play anywhere in the field. Definitely trading down. That's for sure. Compared to what we had to give up to get him. But that's all right. Danny Richardson looks okay. Juan Quintero. Ugh. Yeah, none of those guys are great. What if we do something like this? What if we retain and then so Michael Santoyo, Alfonso, and I can't imagine Angel Gonzalez makes that much of a difference, but let's retain 100% on all of them and see if that changes anything. It does a little bit. Getting some decent options. Oh. That's, I mean, if this control was a 30, I would probably jump all over that. Although maybe a Riley and Perosi package wouldn't be terrible if there's no other option. McKines looks all right. Bobby Watkins, decent bat, but a bad fielding third baseman. Phillips is good defensively, probably fourth outfielder. Peak. Andy Cole, really low ceiling, high floor kind of guy, 50, 50, 60. Really only one good pitch. Not a bad option. He looks all right. Miranda, David Miranda. He looks like a pretty good defensive option at third. Cole, I mean, he's 25 already, but you guys get to hear my brain churning while I do this. David Correa. That's not bad. Putting up an 841 OPS right now. He's a DH, but that's not a bad bat. Correa might not be a bad option. Maybe we can get Bethley back too and replace an outfielder and a Nealon. So could I get all three of those guys? Right now the Angels are kind of the option here for me. Sestini looks all right. Wally Streety. Again, he can play all over the diamond. I love that flexibility. Morrison Streety wouldn't be terrible. That would sort of fix our second. Well, I would say we have a second base issue. Casey Cunningham's actually been really good the second half of the season, so we don't really have a second base issue. We have a shortstop issue, and we certainly won't have an outfield issue next season. Morris is more of a utility guy. Streety's absolutely a second baseman. I still think I'm leaning towards that Angels. I don't want to say Angels package because I don't know if they're going to give it to us, but the players from the Angels, I should say. Mitch Sullivan looks all right. Angeles. 19-year-old pitcher, no. 19-year-old center fielder, no. I mean, he's not bad, but I don't like the personality at all. All right, let's talk to Los Angeles. So we wanted to try to get Correa, Nealon, and Bethley. That was sort of the hope here, was to get all three of them. So we'll start with Correa. And Neely and... where is that reliever? Barber, Gonzalez, and I don't care about retention. None of that matters. So let's submit that and see how that works. Almost. So are these... it's been a while since I've played, so I don't remember a lot of the names, unfortunately, but I think these are all really good players. Yeah. Blindman, Michael, Block, Figueroa, and Rivera. Yeah, okay, so let's discuss the trade again. I would say Nealon's probably the least useful out of the three. Just looking to see if they've got maybe a player that they don't value that might be able to snag away from them. Get Amari Bethley. He's not great, but he's an okay... he's an okay... what if we... I mean, we don't need to retain. We've got more than enough money. Barber looks good. I can't. He wants like $18 million next season, I think is his ARB number. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can afford it, but I don't want to afford it. Bring in Correa, have him be a DH type. Who's our DH right now? Oh, it's Garcia. I'm certainly not going to bench Garcia. Certainly not going to bench Garcia. So let's... let's try this a different way. So if we retained 100% and I put somebody better in there. Let's say I put in... I want to keep Alfonso. I think he's pretty good. What if I put in... Bennett, Arroyo, Kalen Drew. Does this change it at all if I go from Gonzalez to Bennett? Not really. Looks like all the same names. Correa's good. I just don't know. One week. Do we try to get it? I think maybe we try to get a scouting report on him. And if he's 55, 55, 65, 70, he could be our replacement for Garcia. Not that I would do this, but I'm just sort of curious. Jonathan Hansen doesn't look terrible. I would do it if I could get the right piece back. That's for sure. We've got the money. Mike Horn is basically a replacement for Barber. Can I do this? Yeah, once one of my, well, I shouldn't say one of my best. Sam Madrid's not. Madrid's not great. 20 years old. He was a 4th round pick in 2033. Got Boardman, Niedermeyer, and Crocker. No. I would probably be okay with this, honestly. I mean, it's basically the same player, just making $8 million less. And maybe next year he becomes our 4th outfielder. But I don't know. It feels... I don't know. It doesn't feel terrible. Horn. Let's go back and let's just see. Because we stopped at Minnesota, so let's keep going and let's just see. What else is potentially there? Stefanik. Whoa. No, looks all right. Mitch Sullivan. Shortstop with 45 range, huh? If you say so. Oh, we won again. Interesting. Oh, because I kind of want. I think I want to wait and see what the return is on Correa. See what the answer is there. We won 3 games in a row. Barber homers. Pecchia with a grand slam. And then this one, 8-3. Schmidt, Casey with a grand slam. Blindman with a home run. Michael pitches well. So, yeah, we need a catcher. I know we need catching, right? Catching is one of our biggest issues. Still no answer. All-Star game. I guess we'll look at that real quick. Chisholm made it. Santoyo made it. Schmidt made it. Junior Garcia made it. So we had 5, and Blindman. We had 5 All-Stars. So there's this. David Correa. 55, 55, 65, 65. He's 25 years old. All right, let's come in here and let's figure this out. So Barber, I need a catcher. Somebody give me a catcher that can hit. I don't want to spend $20 million on a catcher. That's the problem. I don't mind Correa. Kendrick is on our team. That's unbelievable. 70, 80. 15-year-old. A 15-year-old catcher. There just isn't much here. Wow. And when someone like this is making $20 million, Romo's making 12, but he's now 33. Could I get Guti? He's got no hustle, it says. Rice and Wilson. Oh, we won again. Keep winning. I don't want to keep winning. Chisholm 6 shutout innings. Gurkham Floyd. No, I need him. Claimed him on waivers. I need him in my rotation. Okay, Squalls. Ugh, this is painful. This is painful. All right, let's try this again. Let's go Barber. 100% retained. And let's add in Dominguez 100% retained. See if we get any different responses to that. Looks like we're getting more prospects. Or are we? No, it looks like it's mostly the same 23, 24, 25-year-olds. Actually, looks like we're getting less. Yeah. All right. So Dominguez is probably on our team as our fourth outfielder next season. So we got to move Barber. We got to make sure this happens. So, all right. Let's go back to what we did before, which was Barber and Gonzalez. This is where we started. Let's try regulars too. I guess let's try regulars first, I should say. Connor Griffin. I mean, he's good. But trading an outfielder for an outfielder right now seems counterproductive. Necker, 7 years, 140 million. I mean, bringing a guy from our former team. Randy Carroll's not that good. I mean, the stuff movement controller awesome, but he literally has 1+ pitch. Youngkin? Can we get Youngkin and Carroll, maybe? He could play short. Ryan Wilson Jr., he could play shortstop. Champlin. Good stuff, good movement. He's got 3 good pitches. Maybe we get something done with the Rockies, get Wilson and Champlin. We're light on pitching, so that is something I am sort of keeping in mind as well. I'm thinking Colorado. That's not a bad offer. Josh Brown looks okay. Wow, look at that bat. It's a great bat. He can't field, but that's a great bat for a catcher. Wow. 25-year-old Steve Stokes. OSA likes him more. He's got 3 good pitches. One great, the wipeout changeup. And we get someone like Streety. We don't really have a home for him. All right, let's talk to Colorado. And then I might come back to Oakland about Steve Stokes. He's only 25. In fact, let's go to Colorado first, and then we'll come back and try to pick up Stokes. So we want let's just see what it would take to get all 3 of them. And they have him at second. Let's try that. Let's see what they come back at us with. Santoyo. Okay. Well, that's not going to happen. No, let's discuss. All right, so we've got Largo Zerman, 6'5", 200 pounds, 4 good pitches, great stamina. Let's take Champlin out. Zerman and Wilson for Barber and Gonzalez. Let's try that. And now let's talk to Oakland as well about Stokes. What would I give up for Stokes? Crocker, an 18-year-old who's already down with an injury, fly ball pitcher. I mean, he looks like he could be really good. Let's just see what sort of answers we get from both of these. Chisholm, Floyd, Rivera, Chandler, Green, Floyd, Figueroa, or Block. Okay, so we're not particularly close with either. This is the one that I really want to do, though. I kind of just want Zerman, honestly. But there's got to be a way, like if I added in Madrid. That doesn't change it at all. All right, so we'll take Madrid out. Art Boyd signed, so we will disable his AI promotion. Figueroa as well. All right. I guess I can remove Wilson. And would you do Barber for Zerman straight up? So I could add in Angel Garcia here, and you would do it. All right, that's fine. Let's just do it. Pick up Largo Zerman, a 26-year-old making the minimum. Was really good last season. I like his numbers. Is he... He's not a side armor, is he? No. He's got weird splits, even though he's not a side armor. Let's try with both pitchers. Maybe they just value the infielder more. Floyd and Chisholm. Yeah, I can't give up Floyd. But if I'm gonna get back 2 pitchers, Running out of time here, so. Little Floyd Chisholm. Okay. All right, so that's not going to happen. So let's do this. Let's go back to mail. Angel Gonzalez, and let's complete. All right, so they don't like the fact that we gave up Mike Barber. They like the fact that we pick up Zerman. We get ourselves a new pitcher. It's the wrong team. We are Nashville. Zerman goes in the rotation immediately. And then we still need a shortstop. We still need a catcher. None of that has changed. But we now also don't have a right fielder, which can just be Pecchia for the time being. Move Schmidt up. Cunningham's been fine at second. Yeah, his average is down a bit this year. On base is down a bit. Everything's down a bit, and he's been below average in the field too. So, all right. We're still at fan interest of 100, so I'm not worried about that at all. Does anybody want Serna, even if I retain all 100%? Let's do this instead. Is there a young name in here anywhere? 29-year-old Justin Cuellar. He'd give us some depth. Noah Miller, $36 million. I mean, I'm looking for, like, can I get any prospects at all if I retain the whole thing? I mean, I got no problem eating the contract. It's already on the books. So if I can get any sort of... No, nothing. What about a reliever on the minimum who's better than him? Like Dave Fran, he's making $4 million this year. Let's try this. Let's go relievers, and let's do it this way. Because if I can get a reliever who's better than him, and we don't have to pay a ton, like Irv Carter is better, simply just better than Luis Serna. Yeah, let's just submit that offer. Probably gonna have to add something. Why did you tell me you were willing to make the deal if you weren't willing to make the deal? Just out of curiosity. All right, well, I'm not making that deal. Yeah, now all of a sudden I'm getting fewer names, but that's fine. I don't really want a 37 or 38-year-old. That doesn't do much for me. $39. Yeah, it's too many guys. Like, I don't need I don't want like a 36, 37-year-old reliever. If I can get somebody in their 20s, we might be stuck with Serna, and that's okay. It is what it is. Not too worried about it. All right, let's look at the trade block. How long have I been going for? It's been almost an hour of me going like 2 weeks. Batting ratings, I guess. Billy Monroe, he's probably going to be there in the offseason. Looking forward to that. We got a shortstop here. Cannot be counted on to be loyal. If those weren't as bad, that could be our starting shortstop. Catcher, yeah, they're just the catching in this world is just awful at this point. Man, I would love to take a run at him in the offseason. I hope he stays a free agent. We got any relievers that are like 31, 32 that are on the block? Tim Kramer's a two-way guy, so the game probably values him a ton. Danny Shroom. He won 12-2. 3 hits, 5 RBIs for Santoyo. Blinman, 4 hits, 4 RBIs. Michael gets the win. All right, so we can make this happen if we add somebody who's not particularly good. You want K. Doty? Sure. Great. Cool. So we improve the bullpen by bringing in somebody who's better than who we currently had. We have $47 million now, 74 available for free agents next season. I don't want to call up Block or Rivera right now. Olvera in AAA. Does anybody want him? At 115 batting average, man. Get Brad Hall. I think yes. What if we back off? If we back this off to 50. Cool. So we can probably get this done. Alejandro Flores. Sure. Complete that deal. Who do we have on our... Yeah, Barella is awful. We'll send him down. No, we will just send him down. We will call up Hall. Bring in the former Cub. We will stick him in the everyday lineup because he's actually a better defensive catcher than Kendrick is. I think we're still a player short on our roster, aren't we? Yeah, we're at 26. So I'm not going to call up Block, not going to call up Rivera. Let's call up Burleson because he's hitting 320 in AAA. Sure. All right. Any other deals that we want to make? So Dominguez is probably our 4th outfielder next season because we're going to go with Blinman and our 2 young guys. We need to figure out our shortstop situation. He's not listed as... He's not listed as a as disruptive. So let's just see. I mean, I don't want to give up any prospects for him. That's the thing. I mean, Boardman's kind of meh. Yeah, that's not going to happen. All right. So we made the deals we're going to make. Let's just get up to the trade deadline. We win 5, 4, and 10. Garcia 2 for 5, 3 RBIs, Atencio 3 hits. Floyd goes 5. So we're 6 games out of first, 5 games out of a wild card. We've cleared some... so Zerman pitched. Was that his first start with us? It was. He went 2 innings and is down with a finger blister. Cool. So I'll do what I normally do, guys. Offline, I will sim ahead to, rough 15-1. Sim ahead to roughly the end of the season. Garcia 5 hits. Guy 4 for 5 with 8 RBIs. He had a 2-run homer, a 3-run homer, and a bases clearing double. Oof. Michael gets the win. Maybe we can climb back into it with the team we've built here in July. I don't know. But we get 3 hits, 2 RBIs from Santoyo, 2 more hits, 2 more RBIs from Pecchia. Chisholm wins his 10th. And we've got a crap ton of money to spend in the offseason. Yeah, I mean, the big fish is Billy Monroe. If we can sign Monroe, we can just go ahead and trade Garcia. But we will also need a first baseman, or a shortstop, rather. I don't know where that's going to come from. Don't know where that's going to come from, but we will keep an eye on it. So let's go ahead and finish off July with another win. 4-3 victory. So we finished the month relatively hot. We went 11-15, but we were 1-9, so that's 10-6 in our final 16 games. Christian Little goes 5, gives up 3. We are 6 games out of first place. We are 4 games out of the wild card. We're not out of it. We are not out of it. We will have to see how things go down the stretch. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Let me know how you thought I did with the draft, the trades we made. We picked up Largo Zerman, a 26-year-old starter making the minimum to add to our rotation. We were able to move Serena's contract and pick up Danny Shroom. Beefsteak is his nickname. So far, the results are okay. And then we also traded the catcher for Brad Hall, who's not going to hit, but, I mean, he's one of the best defensive catchers in the game, if not the best. So that's what we did. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.